Tell me one more.
We are recording, and we are also live streaming on Facebook, on Vim.tv, and Twitter.
Hi, guys.
If any of the guys from my league from the other league show up, or the ones that play with us in this league, when the time comes, just invite them on camera.
Yeah, it's fine.
That tune everybody in at once.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start talking right away. I'm going to wait a little while to see if anybody comes in.
Okay.
Then we'll get it going after that.
All right.
So we are losing the Parisian pigskin.
Yes. Like I said, and John, you weren't here for that, but I told these guys that I'm done with Scooter. I have not heard from him. I have not seen him. I don't know what's going on with him, so we're done.
Someone's echoing through Facebook.
I do have a quick question.
We are losing the Parisian pigskin.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, like I said, and John, you weren't here for that. But
who's that? Is that me?
Someone's echoing through Facebook.
Someone's echoing and way behind.
So we're done. If you're on the Facebook, make sure you mute it. I've got mine muted. Yes. Go ahead. Yes, like I said, and John, you weren't here for that. Is that me?
You.
Ken, are you on Facebook, Ken?
I'm on Facebook, yeah.
And way behind.
If you're on Facebook, then you need to mute the tab or mute
You're on
the
the
site.
Facebook, make sure you mute it. I've got mine.
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
I just closed my Facebook.
Technical difficulties. Sorry about that, folks.
Yes, hang on.
There you go. That'll do it.
Who was it?
It was Kenny.
See, those Boston people are in
it,
trouble, man. You got to watch out.
It's all good.
One eye open to them Red Sox fans, man.
Oh, now don't start with that, Elliot.
There we go.
Don't start with that now.
You know I'm not. Hey, when have you ever known me to pass up a zinger? Come on, man. Come on, now.
Let me just say this: it's not Alex Cora that's
If it
one.
falls in my lap, I'm gonna use it.
We're done with the Facebook talk yet, or the baseball talk? We finished?
Oh, geez.
Baseball talk?
No, we're not going to do baseball talk.
Is that
All
what
right.
we're doing?
All right. We are the Sports Nerds. As you can see, we are here live on Facebook.
Definitely not the technical geniuses.
No, we're not technical geniuses. We're a bunch of hackers that just don't hack much. We just try to get by.
Just a bunch of hacks.
Only hacking I do is when I cough, yo.
Yeah, we're a bunch of hacks, so it's all good.
None of us are named Cousin It.
Exactly. And just to let you know.
Oh, by the way.
Yes, sir.
The Raptors are world champions.
Oh, here we go. You know.
I had to get that in there before the card came out.
That's okay, man. I got the hat. The propaganda is spreading. It's all good.
God.
All good. Don't worry.
Get it out of the way early. Just get it out of the way early.
Now y'all might not make the playoffs.
Don't you have that framing?
Please.
Yeah, you got to have that frame, John. So you have it always. You always have it there.
It's always. I'm going to laminate it just to piss you off.
That'll work too. Yes.
Right now, it's just a piece of flimsy paper. But you know that laminator back there.
I would keep it nearby in case you run out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Hey, how are the Knicks doing, by the way?
Who cares? They ain't done shit in 50 years. Who cares?
It's good to be back.
You know, the only reason I root for them is because of the NY.
Oh, that's it. I hear you.
But I told you guys before, I was originally a New York Nets fan. When I started watching basketball, the ABA was in effect. I wasn't watching.
What about the Mets? Because they got an NY on their hat too. So you cheer for the Mets too?
I support the Mets if they go and the Yankees don't.
Wow, that's very New York of you.
Yes, it is.
That's very rare though.
I'll always stick up for the NY.
Right, but that's rare. Because usually Yankee fans can't stand Mets fans and vice versa.
Well, I don't know any Mets fans, so I'm not.
It's like there's a division. It's like the Bronx and Manhattan and Harlem.
You know how much I hate the Mets? I moved from Port St. Lucie.
I love it.
But I
got all my friends up in Westchester are diehard Yankees fans, and they just all day they're on social media clowning Mets fans. It's like so weird. You're the same city. Relax.
Hey.
Yeah, but you know what?
Like Chicago, right?
You know what I find is interesting is that when if you're a Yankees fan you're more than likely a Giants fan. And if you're a Mets fan, you're more likely a Jets fan. I see that all the time.
You know why? You know why, right?
The whole
Because
Queens
the
thing.
Giants used to play in Yankee Stadium, and the Jets used to play in Shea Stadium.
That's very true. That's very true.
The old Flushing Queens.
Yes.
So that's why you would find more Yankees fans being Giants fans and more Mets fans.
Correct.
Being Jets
Okay.
fans.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Because my CEO, he's a Jets fan and he's a Mets fan. He doesn't like the Yankees. He's Mets. So and of course he's a Knicks fan. So I give him shit about that too.
My old junior high teacher is a rock solid Mets fan.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
But you know,
So anyway, I got a couple things to start the show off with. First of all, a couple of sad notes. Sportscaster Jack Whitaker passed away today.
Oh wow! I didn't know he was still alive.
Yep, he was 96, I think, is what they said.
Oh, come on.
He actually broadcasted the first Super Bowl for.
He didn't pass away. His clock ran out.
Yeah,
exactly. I was just about to say, when you're 96, man, that's a great run. Salute.
Absolutely.
That's not really like sad news.
That's only the clock running out. That ain't nothing else but the clock running out.
My grandfather passed away a couple years ago. He was 101. Like, no one shed a tear. It wasn't like, oh my God, he's gone too soon. I mean, it was like, good run, dude. Way to go.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not. Yeah. Well, this one is the next one I got. Well, Jack Whitaker, I grew up listening to a lot when I was a kid for golf and racing and a lot of NFL sports. So I was.
Is the other one a CB32?
CB32, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Cedric Benson was the other one I had to mention. He passed. He got killed in a motorcycle accident this morning.
Him and his girl. Him and his girl got killed.
Yeah, and
that sucks.
That sucks. He was only 36.
Sucks,
yeah,
man.
he was only
36, bro. Like,
yeah,
36.
Yeah,
36, man.
36, yo. See that number you got on the wall back there?
Yeah, that's how old he was.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had 3 years in a row of 1,000-yard rushing with the Bengals. He was drafted by the Bears in 2005, I think it was, or 2006. He was very one of the greatest rushers in Texas history. Ken will know that. He was a great as far as high school is concerned.
High school.
And
had a great career at UT also.
Yeah, and University of Texas he played for. So that's it. I like Benson. He was a good runner. He was a good player.
I won a lot of fantasy games with CB on my line.
Absolutely.
Like, dude, and that's what's crazy about like when a guy like that in that like age group dies, it's just like that's a shock, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like people die all the time, but like that age group, that's younger than us.
Yes,
right. Like, I'm used to dudes younger than me dying.
Yeah,
like it is what it is. It's life, but I mean, it sucks at the same time, man. So
right.
Yeah, I always love CB, man.
At 36, he's young enough to be my son. So
yeah, almost young to be my son too. But I'm not quite that old. But that's all right.
I know you're old, dude.
So he was born when I was 22.
Yeah, and so 36. I'm 50. I'll be 53 in 3 weeks, by the way, or 4 weeks, by the way.
But you see, okay, so there's the contrast, like he said before. Whitaker died because his clock ran out.
Yes.
And Cedric Benson died way too soon.
Way too soon. Yes,
but it was because of an accident.
Yeah, way too soon.
Was it speed? Does anybody know?
I don't. We haven't seen any details.
It was a very dangerous stretch of highway in Austin, and they've had quite a few accidents there here lately, and he just was at the right place at the wrong time.
Was it that road from Austin that goes up to up towards Fort Hood and Killeen and stuff?
Are you familiar with the Austin area? It was 2222 if you're familiar with the Austin area. I think that's almost Bee Cave Road.
No, I'm not totally familiar, but I know that I used to go to Austin all the time whenever I was at Fort Hood.
Yeah.
And and there was a road that we were told as soldiers we were not allowed to drive on, but it was the shortest way, so that was the way we always went.
That might be pretty close, yeah. I did not know you were at Fort Hood.
Yeah, when I was in the Army, that's where I was.
The drama in Oakland continues, gentlemen.
Hard knocks, baby. Hard knocks.
Mike Mayock made a statement to the press today. AB is still not in camp. And the reason he's not in camp, per Mike Mayock, who is the general manager of the Oakland Raiders, is because he's still upset over this helmet issue. And he says, I quote, "We need to know if he is all in or all out. All efforts have been exhausted on all avenues. We have exhausted all avenues of relief regarding this situation." So basically, Mayock is calling AB out, get in camp or don't get in camp, make up your mind because we got things to do.
He's trying to pull a Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
Well, supposedly he got a helmet that was actually made in 2014.
What the fuck is wrong with the helmet he fucking used last year?
He can't see. His peripherals are blocked or something.
That's because his fucking ego is dripping all in front of his fucking eyes. That's why.
Facts.
So, you know what? This guy is causing more problems like we've all predicted.
He's causing problems on the Raiders, too, out of all teams, too.
Yes.
You know, it's not like the Raiders don't have enough shit show going on with freaking Gruden.
Right.
I mean, you know, and the drama we're going to Vegas.
And that's how they're going to roll into Vegas.
Yes.
With all that drama and criminality and all that bullshit.
Dude, if I was his agent, I would literally sit him down for a good, 24 hours and just say, listen, man, just shut up, do your job, start yapping when you retire. But for now, for the next couple of years, get your money. Just shut up, play the game.
You want to hear my theory? My theory is the fact that he knows he's not going to be as good a receiver in Oakland as he was in Pittsburgh, and he's causing this rift because he's gun shy. He doesn't think he's going to be good because it's a different system, it's a different team, it's a different environment. He doesn't have Big Ben under center, and he's not going to be the favorite guy he's not going to be the favorite. I think the guy knows he's not going to be as good as he was in Pittsburgh, and he's causing all this drama just so he can walk away.
He's a fucking diva.
Okay.
You guys ever listen to ESPN Radio and Mike Golick Jr. in the morning?
Some I do. I listen to those guys every day in the morning. Yes, the first 2 hours anyway.
Gojo said he saw some picture of AB's the bottom of his feet.
Yes,
he was at the cryogenic machine in France. He said the only feet he had ever seen like that burned that badly from frostbite were mountain climbers from Mount Everest.
Oh Jesus!
And yeah, he wore the wrong footing or little or no footing while he was in the cryogenic machine, which makes him beyond the complete idiot.
Yeah, that's like going into a tanning booth without the little glasses on and shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Hey, absolutely.
I can't believe his lack of intellect. How stupid can you be?
Well, they tell you everything that you need to do to prepare yourself to go into that damn thing, and if he doesn't listen to what they say, then he's an idiot. He really is.
Yeah. I don't know how else to describe it. He's a fantastic receiver, but his smarts are
but you know what?
To say the least.
You could tell how out of favor he's fallen because in some fantasy drafts I've seen him going in the second round late.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't draft him. I wouldn't draft him. I'd stay all the way away from him. I wouldn't even touch him in fantasy.
I would third, fourth round.
If he's still there, maybe yes.
He's there third, fourth round.
If he's a third or fourth option, then maybe yes. But he's not going to go number one overall like he has the last few years. It's not going to happen.
I tell you what I'll do is I'll draft him and I'll trade him to somebody else.
It's what you do, Elliot. You're a trading fucking machine.
You trade him to the guys like Bob who just love the fact that he used to be a Steeler.
Or you can trade him to Brett. I'm sure. Brett's famous for making bad trades. So you can give him to Brett.
Okay.
John, can you trade him to the Toronto Argonauts?
Fun story about the CFL. Hey, let's talk about that. How about you see my boy Duke Williams go up and snag that? You guys don't even watch Bills.
We don't watch the CFL.
It doesn't matter.
Here, sorry.
Duke Williams, the leading receiver of the CFL last year for the Edmonton Eskimos. Okay, like the Ohio State. No. Went up grabbed this ball from Matt Barkley in the third quarter or something on Friday night in Carolina. Just like Terrell Owens this shit. Just grabbed it out of like it was amazing. Anyway,
In other words, the defender
that's my
got
CFL
mossed.
content. Was that?
The defender got mossed.
Oh, dude. It was bad, man. Like it was a really good throw, but like none of these Bills receivers can go up and get something like this kid did.
Yeah.
And I really hope he makes the team because holy crap, man. That was like Calvin Johnson-esque, like Terrell Owens-esque, like just go up and
But I
get.
got a problem with AB is that the way he's acting, ain't nobody coming down on him as hard as they did when Terrell Owens was stirring up shit in the league. Okay? And he's done a lot worse than Terrell Owens.
Well, you know what, Elliot? It's still early in this drama. Wait for it because it's coming. I mean, he's about to get blasted by every member of the media. All his the fan base. And Pittsburgh fans are loving this. I mean, I know it. But I know Bob's loving this shit.
He's loving it.
Pittsburgh fans are loving this shit because the drama queen is gone and then somebody else has to deal with this bullshit. So, you know.
They're going to need James Washington and a couple of those other guys to step up.
Yeah. And so, but
No,
you know what?
We need a number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
We
I
have
know
all
Juice
those
will get his. I
number
think
3
that's James Washington. I think that's James Washington. He balled pretty good last year for limited play.
Yeah. And he's done pretty well so far in this preseason.
Yeah, so that's your number 2 right there.
What, in Oakland?
Yeah.
No, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Oh,
I mean, Pittsburgh.
dude, I know Juju. That's it. I saw. I gotta get my
You see
study
the
on.
catch Connor made out of the backfield the other night against Kansas City?
No, because I was watching the Bills.
Okay, well, whatever. But still, James Conner makes his catch out of the backfield. He bobbles it and catches it with his hands between his legs, trying to, one side and the back side, one on the front side, and caught that ball and pulled it back up. Wouldn't let it go. Wouldn't let it go. It was pretty cool. So,
Wow.
yeah, well, look for the video. It's pretty freaking hilarious. He almost dropped that ball, but he wasn't about to do it. He did everything he could to keep that ball from the ground, and he did a good job of it. But I think going back to the AB situation, Mayock is finally drawing that line in the sand, that proverbial line in the sand, saying, "Okay, it's time to put up or shut up. Make up your mind. We need you here. We've got a season to play. I'm done playing games. Let's go." And I like that. Mayock I like Mike Mayock. I loved his analysis when he was the NFL Network. And you know what? I was kind of put off when he was named the GM, but he's done a good job as GM thus far. So we'll see how it goes. So I think AB is about to be called to put in the woods.
Okay, so in a pool, how long do you think AB is going to last with the Raiders? Is he gone by midseason? End of season?
Depends on what he does.
Let's face it. John Gruden does not put up with this for long. So thus far, John Gruden's enough to kiss his ass thus far. That's what Gruden's done. That's going to be. We're going to test John Gruden here in a little bit because, he's going to have to make up his mind.
He's got to be more worried about Mayock. Man.
Exactly.
I'd be more worried about Mayock than it would be Gruden. I think Mayock is the man who's going to say, okay, because Mayock controls the contract. He says, you know what? If you don't put him – so Mayock, they can release him and be done and walk away.
Yes, Brett. I agree.
It's the Raiders. Who cares?
Crystal.
So speaks the chief. So speaks the Kansas City fan in the building.
Well, that's why.
What's up with Jimmy Garoppolo throwing 5 interceptions the other day?
Jimmy G threw 5 interceptions?
5 INTs.
Are you serious? Holy Nathan Peterman, Batman.
He was aggressively chasing Peterman's record. Yeah?
Who are they playing?
I don't remember. 5.
That's insane, man. That's crazy.
Too funny. Too damn funny.
I mean, it could be worse.
How?
I don't know. Just could be worse.
Quick update: the Saints just beat the Chargers on a field goal last minute of the game, 19-17.
Okay, and did you see the Brett brings up a good point from Facebook. Did you see the reporter gaggle yesterday with Jerry Jones and the reporters about Zeke?
Mm-hmm. I did.
He goes Zeke who?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he said that they don't need Zeke.
That offense.
Like
don't even think about that. That offense is not as good as it was without Zeke. If they don't have Zeke, they've got no chance whatsoever. Can't be the first one to say that.
I'm not drafting Zeke in the first round. Well,
I'm not drafting Zeke in the first round either.
But I tell you what, go back if you get a chance. Go back and watch the highlights from the Rams game last night, and watch that 14-yard run up the middle by Tony Pollard. I'm hoping very much that Tony Pollard will make the team and be Zeke's backup, because that could be a very good running back tandem.
Not Alfred Morris?
Alfred, I like Alfred, but, man, I don't know how many true tailbacks they're going to keep. And, Alfred has been great, but he's watching Tony Pollard play and going, whoa, what am I going to have to do to get on this team? So I really would hate to lose Alfred, but Tony, right now, Tony's got to be the number 2 back behind Zeke. I don't see him, unless Alfred just goes completely gaga in the last 2 preseason games. I don't see that changing.
Well,
but of course, injuries can change everything. So,
hey, I told you guys I'm driving to Tucson for my son's wedding, right?
You're driving to Tucson for your son's wedding
in October.
You're going to Tucson, right? Yes. Okay. Yes.
Oh.
And I just found out that weekend when we leave to go out there, the Saints are playing the Buccaneers in the Superdome that Sunday. So we'll be in New Orleans. I'm thinking about stopping in and checking out the Superdome.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be interesting. New Orleans.
You
can't beat a trip to New Orleans. I mean, I've never been there, but, I mean, come on.
Yeah, me either. Well, that's on the bucket list. But
it is, absolutely.
For those of you that have been to the Superdome, is it as nice as it was like 30 years ago?
I haven't been there, so I don't know.
I've never
been to Bob?
No.
The one weekend I was supposed to go to New Orleans, we ended up getting called on alert and couldn't go.
Oh, damn military.
Yeah.
Yep. Damn.
And we're going to go down for Mardi Gras, but
oh man.
Fat Tuesday.
Maybe being on alert was actually save your ass, because that would have been bad, Bob.
Yeah.
Too funny. So
yeah.
What's
going on? How are we doing?
How come you've never put your Toronto Raptors World Champions thing on your whiteboard behind you?
I don't know. That it's more to stick it in Scott's face, and I won't be able to stick it in his face back there as much. If it's right here, it's on my pile.
He wants to be able to. Bam.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the NBA, Boogie Cousins tore his ACL.
Yeah.
Retire, buddy. Just retire.
The Lakers are now looking to bring in Dwight Howard.
The demise of the Lakers is beginning.
Because that worked out really good the last time they brought Dwight Howard.
The first time around, right?
Boogie's going to have a new nickname, because he's not going to be doing much boogieing here lately.
Yeah, he's just Oogie. He's not Boogie. He's just Oogie.
They need to change his name to Mash.
That's my view on the Jets. The Jets blow donkeys. You know what?
Yeah.
That's what I think of the Jets. Because it's
Jets?
Buffalo Bills division to win. Screw the Patriots. Screw the fish.
Ooh.
Well, Josh Gordon was reinstated this week.
Who cares?
He's gotten kind of bold ever since the Raptors won a title, thinking that
I got balls of steel, buddy.
Even if Buffalo makes it there, they got a
don't worry about Buffalo.
They got a 4-game Super Bowl.
Buffalo, like I've been watching Buffalo. Dude, just wait. Okay. Josh Allen's got accuracy now. That was the one big thing on. Oh, you can't.
You know what? The only close game that Buffalo played in the Super Bowl was that wide right by Scott Norwood.
Thanks for reminding me. I remember.
John. Oh man.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, it was fun. I remember
After that,
actually
it was
watching
3
that.
blowouts.
Bob lost 4 straight bets in a row with the Buffalo Bills and killed him every year.
Hey, you know what? It's never happened. No team has gone to 4 Super Bowls back to back to back to back. Okay, the Patriots could do it this year, but it's not going to happen because the Patriots are.
I have
Yeah,
been watching football since
4 times in a row.
I was in 3rd grade,
Don't matter.
and the team
Let's
that
go
I wanted to win the Super Bowl never won until I was at my 2nd duty station in the Army.
Was that Pittsburgh in '96?
No, it was actually when Elway ended up beating Green Bay the first time.
So you didn't want Pittsburgh to win in '96. You rooted for.
I said the team that I wanted to win the Super Bowl did not win that game.
So you were rooting for the Cowboys against your own Steelers? Really?
Cowboys won that game. The team
No, I'm sorry.
I wanted to
Step
win,
back. Time out. The Steelers beat the Seahawks. I apologize.
that was later.
Okay. All right.
I think he's talking about the '96 Super Bowl.
I think you guys should fight.
No, we're not
I
going to.
said
That's right. Dallas
the
did
time
win that.
I was in
Dallas
3rd
won those.
grade.
I'm sorry.
until I was at my 2nd duty station in the Army. The team that I wanted to win the Super Bowl did not win.
Wow.
I lost on Broncos every time.
The
I
Bills
lost
every time?
on Buffalo every time.
Oh,
Well,
Well,
you know what? Well, people don't realize you have 29 chances to be the losing team. You're one of 29 that's trying to avoid being a loser. So it ain't gonna happen for all of you.
Too funny.
wow.
So what
That was
else?
a conversation killer.
Yeah, right. What else is going on?
The Giants beat the Jets last week.
So Chris Sale on the DL, Kenny.
He's
Yes.
been on a deal all year, yo.
On the IL now. It's
IL.
IL.
Oh, are we doing
Get it
is this
right.
baseball talk? Okay.
There's
You're supposed to be a credible sports.
He is.
you
No,
talking
you.
about me or him?
I'm talking about you, Scott.
Oh yeah, Chris. I'm sorry,
Oh.
IL. It is. I did say DL. I apologize. It's actually IL now. In
Should
baseball.
still be DL. But,
DL only means download now, yo.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm afraid that the Red Sox are going to look at that contract and go, "Uh-oh."
They owe him what, $137 million next year or something like that. Is that what it is?
$37 million, I believe, is correct.
Damn.
Well, you know, I don't like it often when the Red Sox beat us at something, but I'm glad they beat us to Chris Sale.
John's out. We're talking baseball. Look at him because he's muted himself. He's like kind of looking down. Look at that.
That's his Blue Jays face.
Yeah, I
No, just wake me up when there's something that I can actually when I can contribute to something. I can't contribute to baseball because I've never watched a single inning.
know. Yeah, Brett has brought something up. What about the fact that Josh McCown is coming out of retirement to play to be the backup in
Why
Philadelphia?
did this slide over here? I don't know.
Why is he coming out of retirement?
Because he's playing because Philadelphia made him an offer.
Philadelphia lost 2 backup quarterbacks.
Yes.
So Philadelphia is banking that if
Really?
something happens to Carson Wentz, Josh McCown is the man?
Yes.
Really?
Which makes him the second over.
Jets.
Which
Come
makes
on,
him
now.
which makes him the second over 40 quarterback in the NFL right now, with Tom Brady.
Wow.
I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with Josh McCown being the backup.
Well, if Carson Wentz repeats his last 2 seasons, he'll end up being injured before the end of the year. So, Josh will get some playing time.
Watch out by week
That's
10.
the MO.
Josh McCown has been serviceable.
Look at it.
He has never been great, but he
Got a
has
mind of
been
its own, John.
serviceable for almost 20 years.
Yep, it's got a mind of its own, John.
But
This boom is moving ever so slightly
it's
over
the
into
thing's not sitting in one place. It's sliding over.
It's called adjust the screw. It's called tighten the screws. Yeah.
There's no, but it's on the rotate. Like just the stick is sticking in. Stuff in the Titan. Unbelievable.
Hey, how many of y'all gonna enjoy that Dodgers Yankees series next weekend?
I could care less.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna love it. That's the World Series preview right there.
Oh, I don't know.
Got to make it past Houston.
Who?
Houston.
We're getting home field advantage, so that don't matter.
Whatever.
Do you believe how long it's been since we've had a Dodgers-Yankees World Series?
Has it been since the 80s?
81.
81?
81.
38. That's when Dave Winfield went to the Yankees.
I like Dave Winfield.
Well, it was like 2 or 3 of them in the 70s, wasn't there, Kenny?
Right, yeah, 77 and 78.
Yeah.
And then again in 81.
And they went 3 in a row because they lost to Cincinnati in 76.
Yes.
Right. That was the year 76 was the year the Reds mowed the lawn with everybody.
It was a big red machine.
Big red machine.
That was actually the year of the remodeled Yankee Stadium. After they painted Shea Stadium for 2 years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Year that Chris Chambliss hit the home run that won the pennant, and the place went
Kansas City. And remember back in the old days when the freaking mob used to come running out on the field? Oh man, Chris Chambliss had to throw a few shoulder blocks on the way to the dugout.
Yeah, he ran over somebody at second base.
He ran over some people. I mean, he took out some people on the way.
Yeah.
Brett has called me out here. Brett, the hip pointer is a minor issue. He'll be fine for game 1. Don't worry about OBJ. He'll be ready when it comes time. Don't worry.
Oh, is Brett a Browns fan?
No, he's Kansas City.
I was going to say, what a sellout.
No, he says, OBJ, oh, my hip hurts. Well, it's a hip pointer. It's a mild hip pointer. It's a mild injury. It's nothing serious. He'll be fine for game 1. John is still playing.
It's not like he's complaining about his helmet or something.
I know. It's not like he's complaining about his helmet or some shit like that. Right. Exactly.
Right.
Not like his feet are frostbit.
It's possessed, John.
Brett, you playing fantasy this year, Brett? I'm sending invitations out in the morning.
Brett, just to let you know, before you say yes, if you're still playing, it's $50 this year. It's not $25.
I already told him that.
Okay.
He says he'll work it out.
Yes, Brett. OBJ's ego will be fine.
Yeah, you got to give the exchange rate to the Canadians. I'm just saying, a lot of them don't understand USD. Unlike me, who's very well versed in the beautiful greenback.
Well, I'll have Odell's. I'll be wearing an Odell jersey opening day.
You ordered an Odell Browns jersey?
I've been ordering Odell Browns.
I love you. I love your brother. Thank you very much.
Away for right now.
Thank you for your support.
I'm supporting Odell. Don't get it twisted now, okay?
I know it's Odell. It's all about Odell. It's not about the Browns. It's about Odell. I know that.
Don't confuse it. Don't confuse shit. Come on now.
You have to favor. I'm not playing now. I announced last week that I'm retired from fantasy football, but I would like to be the little kid that brings up the cards and reads the draft picks at the microphone for each pick. So
that'll work. We're using NFL Network again this year, Elliot.
You mean NFL.com?
Yeah.
.com.
Yep.
Don't be shaking your head, John. NFL.com is just fine.
Well, it has all the rosters and everything already in place.
Yeah, from last year.
Man. CBS is so beautiful.
Now, you know that when we do – okay, so I was reading up, and this is going to crush Bob, but your little plan for Pat Mahomes.
Uh-huh.
He's going to wind up being what you would call a pick in the keeper round. There's a keeper round before the first round starts. Because the new people coming in have to be able to pick their own players at the beginning since they don't have keepers. So they'll get the 1, 2, and 3 pick. You know what I'm saying?
None of those guys will be picking Mahomes. They're not noobs.
No. But he can't pick Mahomes and then sacrifice round 15 anymore.
See, I've never done the whole keeper thing, so I have no idea.
I never have either. But as soon as I heard that, I said, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, in those parameters, yeah. But since we got like 3 new teams coming in, we have to go to a different format.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because these guys are going to be picking
Which would be
players that we release. They'll be picking from the players that we release.
All right. So, what kind of changes, since we're into this now? What kind of changes are you looking for this year, Elliot? That you're going to be talking about?
Right, let me stand up for this.
The league is going to be different. It should be non-keeper.
I agree. I say screw the keepers, man. Straight up draft, snake draft. Screw that keeper.
There's going to be some players out there. You probably got some players on your roster.
Man, I don't got nothing on my roster.
I'm sure you got somebody. I already know who I'm keeping, so it don't fucking matter.
I got to look at my roster and see what I'm keeping. I have no idea.
I have to choose between Zeke, Run CMC, or Saquon Barkley.
Oh, I know who you're taking right now. I know who else. I know who you're taking.
No, I would take.
I'd keep Barkley.
I would have too.
I would keep Barkley in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It comes down to Barkley or Christian. What's his name?
McCaffrey.
Yeah.
How'd you end up with?
I take Barkley over McCaffrey every day.
Somebody cheated if you ended up with all them.
Because he's the commissioner, and that's why.
No, because I made trades last year.
Yeah, he did. He did a lot. He was Elliot is very active when it comes to trading.
At the end of the season.
Yeah, Elliot's really active when it comes to trading. I mean, he'll make 10, 15 trades a season at the most, at the least. So that's just the way he plays the game. So, and that's why he's been champion, because he takes advantage
3 times in a row.
Yeah, he takes advantage of the situation. Yeah. He looks at big picture. He doesn't look at small picture. Anyway, you've got changes proposed. What are they?
Okay. First one, eliminating kickers.
Eliminating kickers altogether?
Eliminating kickers altogether.
Really?
We're gonna put in a super flex instead.
A super flex.
Right. You can put a second quarterback if you want.
A second quarterback, a third running back, a fifth wide receiver.
There's only going to be as many as 4 wide receivers in the lineup. The max in the lineup is 4 and 4. Wide receivers and running backs.
Okay.
You have to start 2.
Right.
Now, if you want to flex either wide receiver or running back, you can do it with those 2.
Okay.
Could you have a kicker as a flex player?
No.
No.
You're totally doing away with kickers altogether.
Yep. Kicker-free football, fantasy football.
Okay.
You know why? Because a super flex is going to do a lot more than a fucking kicker.
Well, this is true. I agree with you on that.
But I vote for both.
And with the doink rule.
No, that was a double doink in Chicago last year. Come on now.
Yeah, the quadruple doink that what's his name did in Chicago last year. Kickers are just a waste, dude. Seriously, think about it. They come in. They play a total of 5 minutes of game time, if that. Come on, man.
It's an idea. I don't mind it too much. I mean, if we can replace a kicker with a wide receiver, a running back, or a quarterback, I don't mind doing that.
Or a tight end.
It's a 12-team league, right?
Yeah, 12-team league.
So it's fine. 12-team. There'll be plenty of guys on waivers to get.
Oh yeah. 12 teams.
Whatever. Kicker's kicker, whatever. Don't matter.
But the thing is,
stupid ass IDP.
Here's my next proposal, and I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4 of you, 3 of you haven't played it before. IDP.
No.
You don't like IDP?
No. 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 Please no.
What is IDP?
Individual defensive player.
No.
So,
No.
so if you get a guy like let's say J.J. Watt who throws touchdowns, then you're going to get all the points in the world.
Right.
But how many J.J. Watts are there? So you pick and choose, and you might get 1 or 2 points. You may. It's like I don't know. I'm not.
I don't like.
Depends on your scoring for your IDP too.
Yeah, I don't like the IDP. I don't like the fact of getting a defensive player.
I had Darius Leonard last year. That dude used to score like 30 points a game.
No, I like the idea of defensive team better than I do like IDP. So let's drop that.
Definitely.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of IDP. I mean, the no kicker is fine, but the IDP is just that's just such a wasted. Like
It's a waste of a roster spot, is what it is.
What, IDP?
Yes.
Well, no, it would be a brand new roster.
Right.
Like,
I understand that, but still, I mean, it's what 1 or 2 points a game. I mean, come on.
It depends on your scoring.
Depends
Because
on the scoring, and
I played in leagues where your IDP got 25 or 30. If you had,
Here's the problem: is IDP, you have to actually think about both sides of the fucking ball.
Yeah,
And
no,
if you don't
I'm out.
and if you don't have confidence in yourself that you don't know enough about football to play with a defensive squad,
because I'll just end up picking Bills all day.
I know, right? I'll put
Just
Miles Garrett here. I'll put Miles Garrett on my team.
like,
There's plenty of defenders out there, dude. Plenty
No,
of
I know
defenders.
there is. I don't know. I played it.
And
a
the
couple of
scoring is that
years.
much better. I don't like the thing where you give a team points and then they lose them on the way, towards the end of the game. You're playing to lose points with a defense.
So you're talking points for each tackle, points for tackles for losses,
Points for tackles, points for interceptions,
fumbles, forced, fumbles,
everything that a defensive player does, and special teams as well.
I'm not a fan. I know John's not either.
No, because it's just it's like
points like
And we can start out small, one position, one player at each position.
honey badger all day. Look at Brett. Yeah.
One lineman, one linebacker, one safety or defensive back.
Oh no, not multiple. Come on, Elliot. No. I'm out on that.
Scott's just afraid. Okay, I get it.
I'm totally gonna say that I'm afraid because you know what? I hated the fact that you could have you have to pick did you want a linebacker? Did you want a safety? You want a corner?
Right.
It was just I don't know, man. And it wasn't
what the hell kind of leagues you played in, but wasn't that difficult in our league?
Man, you might get 2 or 3. I know, Bob will say that it depends on the points, but what are you gonna do? Give a guy 6 points for a tackle? I mean,
no, it's not. It doesn't work that way, dude. Guys get 6 points if they intercept the pass and bring it back for a touchdown. If they pick up a fumble and bring it back for a touchdown,
too, right?
7 points right there.
I'm just saying. And as far as tackles go, they get a couple points here. If they lose, if they tackle them on a yards loss play, they get points for that. You get points for sacks. You get points for INTs. You get points for everything. That defenses.
If you have the scoring set to where it is worth your while, I am in. If the scoring is not set to where it is not worth the while, I vote against.
My question is this, Elliot. Number one, how many IDPs on game day roster? One. How many IDP spots do you have on your active roster per week?
Lineup.
We have 3.
Three on the lineup each week.
Lineman, linebacker,
Lineman,
secondary.
linebacker, and defensive back, right?
Right.
Okay. My next question is, how many total on your roster is allowed?
Okay, so the roster will be a total of 18 players.
How many? So we're doing 18 rounds of drafting, is what you're saying?
You don't have to do 18 rounds. You can go on auto. You can go on auto pick it after round 16.
Yeah, I know that, but still, I mean, I'm looking at
who you get because they're not going to wind up staying on your team anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? You're looking at 3 roster spots per week of 1 defensive back, 1 lineman, and 1 linebacker. Is that right?
Right.
All right. And my issue with now, what I would do is, as far as
this is guys earning points. Okay, this is not a defense starting out with 20 points and then winding up with 3 by the end of the game.
Would these be in place of the defense?
Of the entire, of the defense.
It'd be in place of the normal defensive roster spot what you have every
defense
year.
is no longer on the
So team defense would no longer be on there.
Right.
That sounds like a headache.
There's plenty of great defensive players.
You're going to make me think too much.
You
Is
know
what
what?
you're trying
My
to do.
defensive players is going to help me.
All right.
Now, my question is,
your proposal for
Could
scoring?
three defensive players rack up as many points as a team defense can? That's my question.
Well, yeah, because they're gaining points on plays. They're not losing points like team defense.
Well, team defense does lose points based on how much it gets scored against them, whether they get,
Right.
I understand that. Yeah. So these players would not lose points for any way even if they give up.
No, they start at 0 and then they start gaining points through sacks, tackles for a loss, interceptions, you name it.
All right. How much points is a tackle?
I'd have to go to the scoring system.
I mean, if we can make it to where it's manageable, I'd be willing to go there. But I mean, we
I can make
have to
anything
have
happen.
my thinking on this, Elliot, is we need to have a majority of the league agree to it before we go ahead and with it.
You already do because the guys that played with me in the other league are all for it.
Okay.
I mean, I like it. I don't like the no kicker thing. I think that we should still have kicker, but
I just don't think kickers are.
Give up on your kicker thing, Bob.
I'll give you an awkward
You don't
scenario.
think kickers are good, but you want IDP. Like, that's so warped, man. Like, IDP
I
is
think it should be both. But
like, you look at all the fantasy magazines, like maybe 1 out of 5 fantasy mags like have coverage of IDP. IDP is for super nerdy guys that just absolutely love.
You know what? It's gonna take over one day, and you're gonna be crying in your sleep.
Let me give you an awkward scenario, though.
Well,
Every year IDP play increases.
okay. Let me put this out there. Okay. Let's try it for this season. If we like it, we'll keep it for the rest after that. If
That's
not,
what I did in the other league. We
Okay.
tried it. We loved it.
we'll try it out and see how it goes.
We advanced upon it. We started out with 3 guys.
Yeah,
and we went
John,
up to
suck it up for 1 year, see if it works. If you like it,
You guys, though, you have never played IDP. You don't know how
know.
shitty it is.
I know, and that's
I
why,
played IDP before.
I'm saying this.
League where I had 9 IDP spots.
So, what are we having? 1 IDP? Is that it?
No, 3.
Oh,
3 linemen,
oh.
linebacker, secondary.
That's not IDP. That's 3 DP. It's not IDP anymore. It's 3 DP. It's like,
Let me give you an awkward scenario.
because the I is not a 1. Get it straight, John.
oh,
What's up with the Canadian hair out?
What you say,
All right,
Ken?
let Ken talk.
Hold up. Ken, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I'll give you an awkward scenario. Let's just, for example, say that Scooter is playing Bob. Scooter has the Houston Texans defense. Bob has J.J. Watt. And J.J. picks off a pass, takes it in for a touchdown.
There's no team defense.
There's no team
The
defense.
team defense would go away. There would be no team
Oh,
defense.
team defense. Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I
Defense is
misunderstood.
out the window.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood then. Okay.
Yeah, team
I was
defense is
gonna
Why?
say,
gone.
Because
That
like
would
I
be,
said,
a push. So, I
if you
mean,
think about it, like I said, with a team defense, you're playing to lose points.
John,
With IDPs, you're playing to gain points.
John, I encourage you to try it for one year.
Yeah,
And-
no, that's fine.
you know what? You might convince me if it was 1 IDP, but now 3. It's just.
But
it's,
1 IDP doesn't make a difference. That's
No,
like
exactly.
saying,
doesn't make a
let's
difference
stick
with a team defense.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the
Let's
point.
stick with 1 team. That doesn't make any freaking difference or any sense whatsoever.
Now you're gonna have to convince
You
these
have
guys.
to set up at least
John,
3 IDPs to
Dave,
run a
They will. They are not. They are
John,
not.
$50 buy-in, man. This is big money this year. Come
This
on.
is not big money, dude. We pay for $250 in the other league.
For this league, it's good. For this league, it's big money. Come on now.
Dude, yeah, exactly. And if we
Okay.
put money into it, man, it's like, fuck, I don't want to do
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Now,
Look at
now
every
that there's more
magazine.
money in it,
Oh,
you
we
got to
lost
do more.
Ken.
Listen,
All right, I guess my next question is, who do we pay?
You can pay Elliot.
You send it to my PayPal like every other year.
I don't have PayPal, and I will never have PayPal, so we got to find another
And
way.
nor do I.
How would
Because
you?
PayPal is the devil.
You guys got any apps that you pay with, or
I got crypto. I got lots of crypto.
We'll worry about that. We'll figure it out. No, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
Anything. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We got
checkbook.
Well, but Bob, we'll figure it out. If necessary, you can send it to my PayPal and we can figure it out. But because I can.
Okay.
All right, and then I can send it to Elliot that way. It doesn't matter. I mean, and John, you can do the same. Just send it to me, and I'll send it to him via PayPal, whatever. Okay, however it's going to work out. Because I've got a PayPal account that I use for Zoom.
Yeah, you got to get with Blair too. I'm gonna have to have you coordinate with your guys out there, man.
Who?
John.
Why? Because they don't know USD. They don't understand the exchange rate because they're a little inbred.
So can I count on you to collect their money and get it all together?
If it comes down to it, I can be the bridge to send it to you.
Well, it's just I don't have no way to get it from them because I don't have PayPal, right?
Right.
Like that's the thing. Like they can
they don't
send
have like
me
Bell or money or there's plenty of apps
dude,
out there.
Canada is archaic when
Yes.
it comes to sending money. Like they could send it to me via bank transfer, but that's like who knows? It may or may not work. We'll see, right? So we'll figure it. I'll figure it out. It's just PayPal. Just I can't do anything with PayPal because, well, they shut me down and locked all my accounts up.
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to be getting the scoring system.
What else? What other changes are you putting out there, Elliot?
Hang on, let me look. Let me go on the homepage and find out. All right, so the draft is already set for 8 Eastern, September 1st.
8 o'clock. That's September 1st, right? Which is a Sunday.
That's the day before Labor Day, so you're not working the next day.
Okay, all right.
Some of us still do have to work.
That's what I factored in, that you're not working the next day.
Are you working Labor Day, Bob?
Hell yeah, I am.
See?
Hell yeah.
Bob doesn't run on Monday through Friday, Elliot. He doesn't have banker's hours like I do, or like
What time
most
do
of
you
us.
work on Monday?
He 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
I still got to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning,
See?
no matter what, just like any other day.
It actually lasts more than an hour and a half.
20 rounds,
No, it's not going to be 20 rounds. I told you that already.
18 rounds, whatever it is.
Probably going to be back down to 16.
16 rounds.
We're not going to have more IDPs than we have left. We're back down to about 16.
No kicker, no defense, so it's still going to be pretty close to where it was before.
And
Right.
super flex.
All right, now I have a problem with this keeper thing then, because of we have what? We're gone from a 10-team league to a 12-team league, and we have
Go ahead,
what,
Bob.
4 or 5 new people. It's kind of hard to even do keeper with
How about we do this?
First of all, it's not 4 or
Seeing
5
that-
new people, 3.
Seeing that some of us have to suffer through this IDP idea, get rid of the keeper and start fresh. Because your roster was completely different last year with the 3 IDPs are not there.
Right.
So you get rid of the kicker. So you might have drafted differently. Like just get rid of the keepers, start fresh, brand new, go.
I'm
And
on-
don't
yeah,
say
I'm
I
with that.
want Saquon and don't do it because that's the only reason you want a keeper.
No, because I set up the keeper before the season started last year. Hello?
No, I
It was
know.
all
I'm just
set up
saying.
before the
If
season.
we're
I
going to do
can't
the
do that
IDP
shit
and
once the season starts,
the
dude.
rosters completely,
Right.
we should start fresh.
I would agree with John. If there's a way you can change that to make it fresh, then do it.
All right, we'll go back to defense then.
Thank. He loves that keeper thing.
He wants Saquon. The truth comes out. That's
Well, it's a no-brainer.
That's great.
And I'm sitting here going, I'm sitting here going, all right, I get Pat Mahomes for a 13th round pick or whatever it is, and I'm getting told no. I'm against this.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I love it. It's just a fantasy football dream.
So in other words, you're saying is either we do the keeper league or we go back to or we get rid of the IDP is what you're saying, Elliot.
Oh, if you get rid of the IDP,
There's too much changes to do keeper.
they're rather simple changes if some people would be so freaking obstinate.
Oh, I'm gonna be stubborn as hell, man. Because I don't want those damn IDPs. And if I gotta suffer through IDPs, you gotta suffer through having a fresh start. There you go.
Okay, cool. We're going to have a fresh start then.
We'll meet at the
Because
middle.
you know what? As a 3-time champion, I ain't scared of none of y'all motherfuckers.
Okay, that's all right. We can go with that.
Boy, the truth is really coming out now.
I ain't scared of none of y'all motherfuckers. 3 straight. 3 out of 3.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna keep?
I only played once.
So we're going back to a team defense instead of the IDP. Is what you're saying, Elliot?
No, IDPs instead of.
Oh no, we're keeping IDP now, man.
We're going to keep IDP, and we're going to start fresh. Everybody gets fresh. We're going to wipe the slate
We
clean.
get fresh underwear.
Yes, there you go.
Fresh through the loom.
And no kicker.
And I'll do a random order instead of doing the
no
records. I'm just going to do a random order on the draft.
That's fine.
All right,
I don't care.
that's fine.
I'm not going to stack everybody in the order they finished last year.
That's fine. I don't
That's
care.
fine.
Nope. Everybody fresh, man.
Which
Brand
means
new
that
league, brand new start, everything.
The champion could wind up getting the first pick. You never know.
That's fine.
Doesn't matter.
That's fine.
That's fine, champ.
It is what it
Okay.
is.
It's okay.
When I should have been picking
Hey, if you win, then you
when I
get
should have been picking 10.
That way, yeah, like John says, if you win, you get more bragging rights. It's 4 in a row. So come on.
Yeah, you'll be the Buffalo
You
Bills.
know what? I'm taking all of y'all out.
He's mad. I like it, man.
Oh, by the way, I'm countering that. We're doing 6 IDPs.
What? 6 ID? What?
You want your fresh draft, random order? 6 IDPs, 2 at each position.
I know. I don't think so. No, we can stick with the 3 like you
And I
mentioned.
guess we don't do the fresh draft.
No, we can do the 3 like you mentioned. Smart ass.
What's the difference between?
Why don't you just do 11 IDP so you have 1 for each position?
There you go.
No, you could put in. As a matter of fact, I can flex the IDP too. It doesn't matter.
And then that's fine. If we want to flex an IDP, we can set it that way too, as well. As I don't have a problem
Okay,
with
so
that.
then we'll do 3 and a flex on the IDP.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a quarterback. Make it 1 quarterback, not 2. Bob.
No, it's not 2 starting quarterbacks. It's a starting quarterback and a super flex. If you decide to go
Right. The super flex, I understand that. Yeah. But I'm saying the regular roster, you're not doing
Right.
2 quarterbacks.
No. It doesn't mean that you have to start 2 quarterbacks.
No, I understand that. Because Bob's league has always been 2 quarterbacks. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what are you trying to do to me, man? So
Well, now he has the opportunity to use that. But you know what? I've noticed that when you have 2 starting quarterbacks, it doesn't fare very well.
No, it doesn't.
You have the flex. That kind of works out a little bit better.
A little bit, yes.
And it all depends on your scoring system too. I mean, that was so quarterback.
last year.
It would be the same scoring as last year. We're just adding the IDP this year, that's all.
Except I got to throw in a bunch of IDP points now,
Yes.
which is no problem.
And make it, since you haven't done the scoring for the IDP, at least do it so your guys aren't
All I'm
getting
gonna do is take the scoring system from NWO for IDPs and move it over to here.
All right, you're going to have to give us that list, to give us that breakdown as far as what the scoring is before we get this
It'll
going.
be on the site.
Huh?
It'll be on the site. You
Okay,
can
it'll be on the site.
find everything on the site.
All right, I'm good with that.
What other proposals did you have? Any? Did you have any other proposals, or was that it?
Do we go with 2 divisions or 3?
With 12 teams, we can go with 3. I don't care.
I say 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say 3 because since there's only going to be 4 nerds in the league, 4 official nerds,
Thank you.
that's 1 division right there.
The 4 of us in 1 league.
And then we can split the other 8 guys.
Okay, that
Did
works.
you say the foreigners?
No, the nerds, the 4 nerds.
Oh, the 4 nerds. I thought you said the foreigners.
No, the 4 nerds.
The 4 nerds will be in one division.
Okay. So I was about to say all the Canadians together. That'd be, yeah. No. Well, there's 5 of us, right?
No, because Brian's not in no more.
There's 4
It's only
Canadians.
us 4.
And we still got to find one more person.
We'll get it figured out.
We'll
We can find one more person, and we'll have to put out the feelers who wants to
I'm
join.
sure we can get it figured out. I might find somebody. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
I
need
did
to know.
my work, man. I got 3 people in this year, so
Yeah, you just brought me 3. So that's cool, man. I appreciate that.
yeah, man. The drama that
You
happened
took
in our
Brian to
league.
fuck up a wet dream, huh?
Yeah. This will be fun. I'll have fun with this. So it's 50 American, right? Shit.
Yes.
Exchange rate is a bitch, man. It's like 65, 70.
You wanted to bump it up, John.
I know it's fine. I
You
love
wanted
it.
to bump it up. You're the one that did this.
I
shit.
love it, dude. You have no complaints from me, sir. None whatsoever.
Hey,
I'm
so you're looking at 12 teams, $50 a team,
It's $600.
$100.
Yeah.
Does anybody here want to play for a championship prop? Like a belt?
Like a belt or something? It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't. I really don't. It doesn't matter. I mean,
Like a little trophy or some shit? Because
No,
I'll
he's
get
talking
a
no, he's
I can
talking
get
about
a
like a WWE belt, John.
The belt. I can get you championship belts too.
Belt. Like a WWE belt.
I know.
You want me
I'm
to
just
tell you
saying.
what belt it is?
Oh, yeah, because you've got them all. We know, champ. We know, champ. We know.
Or a T-shirt. Remember the T-shirt I bought for?
Yeah, I remember the T-shirt.
Oh, dude, I'll show you what here, hold on. You guys want to show it off?
I say, didn't John get a T-shirt one year?
Nope. How could he if I won all 3 seasons?
No, for the other league he was in, not this one.
This is what we got done for our
That's not bad.
Mackay?
BCAI Booze Cruise All-Star Invitational.
Mackay.
Yeah.
Too funny.
That's what we got last year. So.
Yeah, I got this guy that makes championship T-shirts. I got another people that sell championship rings, belts, you name it. So,
Send me a damn
okay, so
T-shirt.
here's how it's gonna go. Here's how it's gonna go. $50 for third place, $100 for second place, and $450 for first place.
That's
With an option to buy, or with an option to pick up one of those items
that means first place would be really worth make it worth their while to win the damn thing because you're making $350 more than second place is.
Yeah, and in most leagues they do winner take all.
Right.
So at least you're getting 2 more people in the money round. In the
third, if you get third place, at least you get your money back.
Yeah, you get your fee for next year.
Yeah.
And if you finish in second place, you get your fee for next year and the year after.
There you go.
So,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just saying. Because
That's
I think
good with
that's
me, man.
the
I'm-
way I was
I'm
breaking it
okay
up
with that.
before. I'd go
I'll
with
even bite the bullet.
25, 25, and then boom.
There's
Or
Kenny.
25, 50, and then the rest to the first place.
He's back. Hey, Kenny.
Again.
Which is why I was considering doing a championship prop. You know what I'm saying?
He's on his
Because
phone. Holy cow.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna make an executive decision on that one.
Okay.
I'll let y'all know.
I love it. I love Elliot as the commish. This is the way it is, you pansies.
I run my shit like that one guy. I forgot his name. The guy that always used to play a military guy in the movies. You ever watch Full Metal Jacket? He was the sergeant.
Oh yeah.
Art Lee Emery.
There
That's
you go,
it.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Didn't he die last year?
He just died.
That's
Yeah,
top
he died
of my
last year.
league, like Art Lee Emery.
Yeah.
Art Lee Emery, yes.
Great times.
He actually was an actual military. He actually was a Vietnam veteran, too.
Yes.
And I have officially terminated NWO.
Really?
Wow.
Too much drama from last year? Yeah, I don't blame you. That draft was a mess.
I not only feel bad because of the drama, I feel like I couldn't go forward with it because I let myself get caught up in that drama.
Well, not only that, but the draft was a mess. It was a disaster.
Yeah, you know what? That was probably the microcosm of the season that we had.
Yes. Yeah.
It was chaotic and crazy.
Yes. Agreed.
And, the league changed over time because more people were coming in that had no respect for what I was trying to do.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when I seen that they were trying to collude, that's when I said, you know what? God bless me, but I'm fighting fire with fire.
Right.
So I
But
colluded with the guys in my division, and that was that.
You're still bringing a couple of those guys into our league, though, right?
Yeah, Jamal.
Yeah.
My son David.
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah.
Somebody else. Well, it would have been Scooter, but he's
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, I'm done with Scooter until he reaches out to me. I'm done. So
Scooter fucked up too because you know what? I would have paid for his league this year.
Yeah. So
I was going to pay half of his fees for NWO this year.
Yeah.
Since I shut it down, I still owed him the $50.
Right.
So I was going to sign him up for nothing. So I guess I keep my $50 now.
Like I said, I haven't heard from Brian. Haven't heard from him at all. And I heard him from once in the last 2.5 months. I'm done. I did not even reach out to him today at all to ask me if he was coming because until he reaches out to me, I'm done. So, and Jen, the one person that's happy about that, I'm sure, is Jen. She likes the fact that I'm just breaking up. See, she just posted in Facebook. Good for me, Scott. Yes, I know. So yeah, I mean, I got no problem with the IDP. I got no problem. We're going to start from scratch. No keeper league. Okay.
Okay.
No keepers.
$50 buy-in. What else you got in your mind? No kickers.
Right.
No team defense.
3 divisions.
3 divisions.
We already got the money factor worked out.
Yep.
And you said all the nerds are going to be in one division.
Yes, the 4 of us will be in one division,
That's
which
the
is
way
fine.
it's been the whole time.
Yeah, that's the way it's been all the last 3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
One division has always had on-screen nerds.
Right.
As part of it.
Okay.
So since there's only 4 of us, it's perfect to split it up into a 3-division league.
Got the Canada division
Yep.
and all Elliot's friends in the other division.
Right. I'm good with that.
And I'm sending the invitations out tomorrow. So
Okay.
Make sure send me your emails.
I can give you Bob's email address. That's not a problem, Elliot.
Send it to me in Messenger. So
I will.
You
have
got all my guys' stuff, right?
I got all your guys' emails. So I'm 2 weeks from today, fellas, is the draft. So we gotta do, you know what I mean? But the reason I chose that day, not only because the next day is a day off for anyone, mostly we can't include Bob in that conversation. But
No, people need their beer.
plus, I wanted to make sure that we drafted once preseason was completed.
That's the best way to go.
That is the best way to go. I'm not against
That way you
it.
don't wind up drafting somebody and then they get tossed for the season because they blew an ACL or something.
Well, and I'm watching ESPN this week, and they're doing their fantasy, their early fantasy thing. I'm going, You guys are drafting too quick. What the hell's wrong with you? They're drafting way too soon.
But those guys like doing it whenever it's April before the NFL draft and stuff. There was people that were going draft before the NFL draft.
Hey, on Facebook there was this one guy who put up a meme. If you drafted your fantasy football team already, you're fucking stupid.
Right.
Dude, but you know what? That used to be the everyday thing back in the day. Dude, you listen to fantasy sports, and there's like, oh yeah, we're doing our draft this weekend. It's the first big weekend of drafts. It's like there's still 2 more weeks left in preseason. But no, we're gonna do a draft. Come and tune in. It's like, no, I don't want to.
Nope. That's part of the reason why I'm not involved anymore.
Do we start up at 7:30 or start the show at 7 as normal? Or?
let's do it. Let's start the show at 7 like normal, and then we'll start drafting as soon as everybody's in the room. Okay.
Okay, so
Because
quite conceivably we could draft at 4:30.
What's that?
Quite conceivably we could draft at 7:30.
Yeah, at 7:30. Yeah, conceivably. Yeah, that's 5:30 your time, John. But yeah, I mean, I've got no problem with that.
Well, that's 4:30 this time.
No, he's 2 hours behind us, not 3.
Oh, did he move somewhere else?
No, Edmonton's 2 hours behind us. It's not 3 hours behind us.
Edmonton's Mountain Time.
Yes.
Oh, they're on Mountain Time?
Yes.
Yep.
And I say that because the quicker we can get it done, the better off it is for Bob as far as his beauty sleep. You know, God knows Bob needs all the beauty.
Well, that's what I'm trying to accommodate. I'm trying to accommodate. You know, I got guys. I got Jamal. He might not even be able to draft because he has to work that day. So
7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that's
it's
fine.
very rare when you can get 10 to 12 guys.
Well, yeah, we'll set Jamal up on auto draft and he can live with the results. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care.
You got to pick that Cam Newton in the second round, buddy. Auto draft, yes.
I mean,
hey, you know what would be a good combination this year? I think in fantasy, if you can make it happen, Odell and Mayfield.
Odell and what?
Beckham, Baker.
That's going to be the combination.
Baker to Beckham. That's the call of the day.
I will do that in FanDuel a lot this year, I think.
Yeah.
But for a season long, I don't think I'd do it just because that's
going to be the game right there. Well, no, I could have Mayfield on my bench and then play him in games where I think he can go off with Odell.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I play them together all the time. But it's going to be interesting.
Not me. Somebody else can take Baker Mayfield as quarterback 5 or 6. It's not going to be me.
No, he's going to take Patrick Mahomes in the first round.
I don't know what I'm going to do, but somebody else is going to end up with Baker Mayfield. I guarantee it's not going to be me.
Oh, I'll take him. I'm just not taking him until late.
No, I ain't taking him that early. I'm just saying he'd be a good.
I mean, what I'm saying is I was looking at stuff. He was listed as the 6th quarterback. And I'm sitting here going, you out your damn mind. I am not taking him as the 6th quarterback.
Why not, man? They got good, man. Who's going to draft Julian Edelman first? Because he is the best receiver in football, right?
See how he's planting seeds for people that are ignorant to fantasy football?
Yep.
Okay.
Some of us have been playing fantasy football for longer than it was cool.
I couldn't believe it when they said Julian Edelman was in the top 3 of top 10 receivers, and DeAndre Hopkins wasn't even on the list.
Yeah, D-Hop gets so, disrespected.
I know. You guys see that connection he and Deshaun Watson had yesterday again?
D-Hop is – if it wasn't for Barkley and McCaffrey and a couple other guys, D-Hop could be a first-round pick, a number 1 pick. But that boy puts up big numbers.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've had him for the past 3 years in the big boy league that I'm in. But
hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Bob, you don't want Baker? Spoken like a true Steelers fan.
That's right, but I'm not taking. That's one thing. The other thing is I'm not taking him as quarterback number 6, like he's listed as. I said, you out your damn mind.
Right.
Well, who's better? Who's 6 you'd pick before him? Let's do some fantasy recon right now. Who would you pick before him?
Quarterback 6.
Holmes first.
Who the hell uses 6 quarterbacks?
No, 6
he's
quarterbacks.
listed as the 6th quarterback in the NFL.
He's the 6th ranked quarterback in the NFL? That's a little high.
Fantasy or in the NFL?
That was what I thought too.
In fantasy.
That's a little high for a second-year quarterback. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not
If it's in fantasy, I can buy Mayfield doing well.
That's why I'm going to say that he's in there. He's in the discussion.
He's in the top 10 at least, yes.
Not
For
for
fantasy, yes, he could be a top 6 quarterback.
Okay, so who's before him? Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Right? Mahomes number 1. Rodgers.
Rodgers.
No. Luck, no. Luck's not. No. He's
No,
hurt.
Luck
First of
will
all.
be lucky to start the damn season. Matt
People
Ryan.
put him up there, but I don't put him up there.
Matt Ryan.
Ryan, maybe.
Yeah,
Dak.
Ryan's up
Dak.
No. I wouldn't
No,
go
I
with
don't
Dak.
think
Roethlisberger.
No.
Nope. Not anymore. He's not a
Not
fantasy.
anymore.
I don't think he's fantasy relevant. anymore.
I'd still take Roethlisberger over Baker. I don't. That's not being a homer, but I still would.
Seattle.
Wilson.
Yeah, Russell
Russell Wilson would be top six. Yeah.
Drew Brees is up
Drew
there.
Brees, absolutely Drew Brees.
But now you're getting into the Mayfield
But you know
discussion.
what? Drew Brees in fantasy now is not necessarily
No,
the best
Why? Because he's 38 years old.
No, because they're running the ball more.
They are running the ball more, true, but they still got the number
But-
one of the top 10 receivers in the league.
Yeah, but they still throw it to Kamara.
They
They
throw
still
it all
throw it
over
to
the place.
Kamara. Kamara will get like a bunch of catches.
Brees
on it.
is not going to get the points that he used to get. In the
No, he's not.
so
But
sure.
he's still up there. Drew Brees is still
He'll
up there.
be there, but I'm just saying his.
But he's not. He's not Mahomes, and he's not like.
fantasy relevant. As
Dude,
far as
I don't. I put Baker in there. That discussion. 6, 7, 8.
I'm not saying
It's
I would
only
put
because of the weapons that he has around him, John.
He has the
But
O-line.
if I have Odell Beckham, all right, and I got Baker Mayfield sitting there on my bench, guess what I'm gonna put in the game?
You're putting Baker in the game.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
for everything Baker does with Odell, I get points on both sides.
Yes.
Right.
Hi, Myron.
You see what I'm saying?
Hey, Myra.
You gotta
Yeah,
you got a wide receiver and a quarterback that are on the same team. They have to play together. Because you're getting double points every time they play.
Yeah.
You're getting 10 points every time there's a touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and what about Drew Brees? Is he in that discussion? Not Drew. I mean, I'm sorry. What's his face in the Chargers?
No,
Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers.
he's top 10, but he's. I
His
don't think
fantasy
he's.
numbers went down bad last year.
Yeah, maybe not even top 10, like 11, 12-ish.
Okay.
But dude, then you even get dude. I mean, I'm playing Homer now. I put Josh Allen in there.
Well, I don't know.
Not top 6 or anything,
No.
but like after the 10th spot. I mean,
Philip Rivers and Eli Manning are both out of the top 10
It's
now.
all going to be.
What's his name? Kyler Murray get blasted the other day.
What do you guys think? Is that offense even going to make it through the first 6 weeks of the season?
I don't know if Kyler Murray's going to make it through preseason.
I know, right?
He had what? 2 sacks.
oh, you know what we forgot? Goff.
Who?
Goff.
Goff.
You're not putting Wentz in there.
No, not Wentz.
Oh.
I'd
But
still take
Goff-
Wentz in front of Baker.
Mark
This
Jackson.
is why, Bob.
glad you're in my division.
Bob, this is why you don't win fantasy football.
This was Scooter's problem. This was Scooter's big problem. Scooter, I
Not me.
remember-
Not me. We're talking about Brian now.
right, yeah, sorry, Brian.
Right.
This is when I noticed Brian did this when we first started this league. He started drafting football names. He didn't draft for fantasy. And there's a huge difference between football and fantasy.
Right.
Because like a guy who could take you to the Super Bowl, like Tom Brady, for example.
Brady's not a top 10 fantasy quarterback.
He's a fantastic
Brady was
quarterback.
listed
but he's
21
not
or 24 whenever I was looking at
Yeah.
it. And I said, and that was the first thing I looked at. I said, Baker Mayfield's quarterback 6 and Brady's quarterback 21. I said,
Yes.
I don't trust this list.
Well, you
That's a
got
good
to
list.
because
That's a
Brady
very
doesn't
good
throw
list.
for a lot of yards.
No.
That's a great list.
Dinks and dunks his way down the field. That's how the Patriots have played as their entire dominating decade they've been in.
Brady will win games.
Yes.
He will do those little slant routes and he'll get you 15 to 20 points a game. But very rarely does Brady put up like 20, 30, 40,
No.
50. He won't do it.
No.
But a guy
Especially
like
since they're
Baker-
running more now.
Right.
Well, and he's going to get his legs broken, hopefully.
Yeah.
But a guy like Baker, right? A guy like Baker can scramble, and now look at all the weapons. The only problem with Baker is the O-line. That's it.
Yes.
That's the only concern I have with Baker. Other than that, dude, think of that offense.
I know.
Like, think of the point. He's just got to throw a little to that bitch-ass Jarvis
Landry. I mean, you got Landry, you got Njoku, and you got Odell, and then you got Chubb coming out of the backfield too.
Hey, they got rid of Duke Johnson finally.
Yeah, well, you got Chubb coming out of the backfield too. So you got four.
Like Baker Mayfield, I think is a top 10, definitely top 10.
Yes,
definitely top 10. Top 6, I see the argument.
Only because of the weapons he has around him. They may only win 8 or 9 games this year, but they're going to put up a lot of points. They're going to put up a lot of yards, and it's going to be because of Baker and the talent around him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let me ask you something. Cam Newton.
Here's the defense.
Ability to run and pass, make him a double threat. I mean, he's not top 10, I don't think.
No, I don't think he's top 10. I think Cam is a shadow of what he used to be. Plus, he's been a lot of injuries over the years, and he's not as durable.
And he's going to be throwing the ball a lot. He's going to be giving the ball to McCaffrey a lot.
He'll be passing to McCaffrey a lot more, like drop-offs and stuff. Right?
And he doesn't have a great receiving core right now. He doesn't.
No, well, DJ Moore he's got some potential, man. DJ Moore's got potential, and Torrey Smith is like old faithful there, but yeah,
but he doesn't have Steve Smith anymore.
He doesn't have Kelvin. I'll take seconds, Benjamin.
Good God.
Okay, so you want to know about the defensive scoring?
Yes.
Yes.
The IDP?
Yes.
All right, so and special teams, of course. You got punt returns, count of 6 points. Kickoff returns, count of 6 points. Fumble recovery, a TD is 6 points. Fumble recoveries are 2 points.
Okay.
So in that particular case, you would get 8 points.
Right.
2 for the fumble and 6 for the touchdown.
Right.
Okay.
Offensive fumble recoveries for a touchdown, 6 points. So if a lineman falls on the ball at the end zone, and he's probably not going to be on your team, but let's say he's on your team or somebody's on your team.
Offensive recovery or defensive recovery?
Offensive recovery.
Defensive, right?
Offensive fumble recovery for TDs. Okay?
But we're not going to have offensive linemen or offensive other players. I mean,
no, you're going to have defensive people, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Forced fumbles are 3 points. Interception returns for a touchdown, obviously 6.
6.
The interception itself is 4.
Nice. I like that.
Passes defended are 3 points. So if a guy swats a ball away or whatever.
Okay.
Interceptions, 4 points.
Right.
Number of blocked field goals for TDs is 6 points.
Okay. What about the block itself?
Block itself is 3 points.
Okay. What about interception? I mean, not interception. What about sacks?
I'm getting there. Hang on.
Okay.
You're fast forwarding to the back of the book. Come on.
All right.
Let's see. Block field goals, 3 points. Number of missed field goal returns for touchdowns, 6 points. Block punt TDs, 6 points. Block punts are 3 points.
Okay.
Block extra points are 3 points.
Nice.
And tackles are 2 points. Assists, 1.
Tackles are 2 points. Holy
quarterback
cow.
sack is, huh?
Okay.
I like the tackle. I like the fact that tackles are 2 points. Because some guys have sometimes 10 or 15 tackles a game.
Right.
Okay, I'm in for this.
Okay, so tackles 2 points, assisted tackles 1 point. Second, a quarterback is 3 points.
Nice.
Tackles for a loss is 1 point. So basically, if you sack a quarterback, you're going to get 4 points on that play.
And if you get a regular tackle and a tackle for loss, it's 4 points or 3 points.
Wow.
And then safeties are 3 points.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. That's going to rack up.
Rare. Because they're rare.
Yeah, and it's going to rack up some points in the long run. So it's okay. All right.
Yes.
I'm in.
I'm in for this. I like it.
John's just looking at his phone saying, yeah, whatever.
No, I'm listening.
I put this scoring system together 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I researched a lot of different sites for, doing IDP.
Yeah.
how to set up the points and stuff like that. And this is what I came up with. We've been playing it for the last 2 years. So
It works for me.
I think what I might do though, scratch it. I think what I might do though is hit this pipe real quick.
What? Oh God.
What?
So John, have you been watching Bills preseason?
Of course.
Are you impressed?
Love it. Absolutely love it. I have not seen any weakness in their game yet, but it is preseason, so I'm not.
Right.
Everything's
Okay,
great.
and we're good on the passing, right? I mean, on the offensive. You guys.
Oh yeah, as long as it's the same as last year, we're good with it. Yes.
6 points touchdown, right?
Yes.
What
6
PPR?
points
1 point
touchdown,
PPR?
even passing, right?
Yeah. Is it still? We're still doing
6
PPR,
points
right?
per passing touchdown, right?
Dude, PPR is going to be like IDPs. They're going to be default
Okay.
in a lot of the fantasy leagues in the future.
Okay.
So what? It's 1 point
But
PPR?
is passing touchdown 6 points or 4
1
points?
point PPR.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Full PPR.
Thank you.
That's
1
it.
point.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
And what about how many yards? 10 yards, 1 point? Receiving?
What's that? Oh, for rushing?
For rushing and
Receiving.
receiving.
Rushing and
Okay.
receiving.
For receiving, 20 yards for 1 point. For rushing, 10 yards for 1 point.
Okay.
Or 1/10 of a point for every yard.
All right. What about passing?
20. Should be one or one
20 for every point. 1 point for every 20.
or one for every 30.
Any points for completions?
Do we even get points for completions?
Some leagues do.
Yeah.
A lot of the quarterback leagues do.
Yeah.
You just used your microphone to scratch yourself.
Hang on.
It's my chin.
Okay, just as a reminder. Let me,
You fixed your microphone, John?
I
How'd you
did.
do it?
just as a reminder,
Some
you
stuff
got
in.
1 quarterback. This is the starters. Okay.
Okay.
1 quarterback,
Uno,
2 running backs,
dos.
2 wide receivers,
Yep.
and a tight end.
Okay.
Okay.
No kicker,
Nice.
because that's going to be the super flex.
Super
which
flex,
means
which you
you
can
can
put
play
pretty
a
much any,
quarterback,
the
running
super
back.
flex. The super flex, you can put whatever you want to in there. Is that pretty much what it is?
You can put any one of the 4 offensive categories in there.
Okay.
So I've found that some weeks the 2 quarterbacks work and some weeks they don't.
So you can add a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, or a quarterback into that.
But I know some people like to get sucked into that vortex that says 2 quarterbacks is better than anything.
No, speaking of somebody who's played in Bob's league for the last 15 years, no. The 2 quarterback deal doesn't always work out at all.
No.
No, not
Okay.
whenever you have to start Kyler Murray because he's the only one available because all 3 of your quarterbacks got hurt
Or on bye.
Mm-hmm.
or on bye, and there's nobody available, so you have to start Josh McCown
Oh
because
God.
there's nobody else available.
And Eli Manning is sitting there. He's like, he's top-rated quarterback left in the waiver wire. Like, oh God, I got to take Eli. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, it's
Okay, and the bench, let's see, the bench is going to consist of 6 players.
6 players. So how many rounds? Are we doing 16 rounds or 18 rounds?
18.
18 rounds. Okay.
18 players.
12 for
Get
the
you to bed as
starters.
soon as possible, Bob, okay?
There's 12 starters, and there's 6 bench players.
All right, so we'll get Bob to bed as soon as we can on that day.
Yeah. I mean, if Bob was smart, he'd fucking go auto pick after round 12 or something.
Or he takes, or when he gets home, take a
Hell
nap.
no, I
take an
know
hour
what
nap
auto
before he-
pick looks like when it comes to IDP.
Yeah. Or he needs to take a nap when he gets home from work for about an hour. Then before we start.
if you're hanging your hat on worrying about IDP drafts later in the dude, any IDPs that you're going to draft guaranteed, you'll have none of them
Right.
a few weeks into the season.
Yeah.
So that's irrelevant, dude.
So John, what did you do to your microphone to make it stop floating?
Well, the packaging it came in has some of these little styrofoam things, like packaging, not the little styrofoam peanuts, but just like I just stuck it in the hole that the mic goes into. So it's working now. It's perfect. It's great.
Okay.
I could bring it down to 4 bench players.
No.
No.
How many bench players you got? Sorry?
6.
6.
Yeah, bring it to 4.
No,
like
hell
No.
no.
Or
Hell
you want
no.
to why? Because no one
Not
can
on
stack
IDP.
the bench then, and the waivers
You know why? You know why? Because that's going to make the waiver wire more relevant.
Yes, I love it. Bring the waiver wire more relevance.
No. If
Why
you're
would you
gonna
want
have
6
that many
players? That's just
roster spots,
stacks. That's just, so you got to have a rule then on the quarterback or on the running backs you can stash. It should only be 3 or something like that. Like 3 total
But
running
look,
backs.
if you're smart, okay, and you got let's just split the baby. We'll go with 5 bench players.
Perfect. I can
Okay.
deal with that.
I can deal with 5, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Because if you stack the bench, dude, then the waiver's obsolete, man.
Be
Because
adventurous,
honestly,
Bob. Just
if you got 5 bench players, you should have shit. What the fuck should you have?
But you know
If
what?
you got 5 bench
Draft
players,
is
you
going to
should
be
have-
complicated because you got to look.
You should have at least 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end.
Okay.
Everything else, you could work the waiver wire, dude.
Yeah, but as far as your IDP players, you're gonna be rotating those in and out almost every.
Dude, that's gonna be playing like the defense off of waivers. I mean, I don't know. I've played IDP with one guy and it was like a year and we hated it. So it was like
That's why you hate it, because it was just one guy. When you start multiplying them and they start putting 40, 50, 60 points on the board.
let's JJ Watten, man. Let's do it. Yeah, it's great. Who's
Dude,
gonna draft him?
I got to the championship last year because of my defensive players. They would score me 80
It's
points
such
a
a
game.
crapshoot, though, man. It's such a crapshoot. It's not like drafting like a running back that will at least like get the ball 10 times and get you at least 10 points. Like the IDP guys are like.
Here's an idea. Okay, let me toss this one at you guys.
Oh Jesus!
Why don't we go? We got 12, 6. Why don't we go?
See the wheels turning now as we speak.
I know you see the fumes coming. This time.
I know, right?
I got to think this through a little bit more. Anyway, let me finish with this thing here. You have the 1 linebacker, 1 defensive lineman, and a defensive back. And then you got a flex IDP and a regular flex of a wide receiver or a running back.
Okay. Now, or tight end.
Tight end is part of the super flex.
Okay.
Okay.
See, because if I put a tight end in the other one, then you can have 3 tight ends in there. That doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
I don't think there's 3 good tight ends. I mean, there might be 3 good tight ends in the whole fucking league, you know?
Right.
Maybe we should get rid of the tight end and put a kicker.
No. No, because Eric Ebron and you need David Njoku and OJ Howard. Come on.
IDP.
Okay, so
Is that what you're saying?
what?
There's going to be a flex, a super flex, and a flex IDP.
There's going to be a flex and a super flex and a flex IDP. Correct.
Okay, that was my question. Gotcha.
John's like, what?
Wait a minute. A flex, a super flex, and a flex IDP.
Yes.
So now we're getting 4 IDPs.
Yes.
If you want to use it, yeah.
So what do you put in the position other than a IDP?
You got to put an IDP in there.
But if
That's why you stash your bench with 1 defensive player that you can put in there a bit.
that's so
I mean, that's a
confusing,
4.
man. I remember
Elliot,
when fantasy football
Elliot,
was.
I think 3 IDPs is enough. Get rid of the flex IDP.
Okay.
Yeah, get rid of the flex IDP. We don't need one of those.
Okay, we go with 3. Hang on.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate it.
Hang on.
Not criticizing, I'm just using common sense.
One in there, see if anybody would catch it.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing. I'm just being obvious and using common sense. We don't need to have 4 IDP players. I'm sorry. I don't like that. It makes me think too much, and my brain would hurt. Got a new keyboard for you.
I was playing with 6 last year. My brain didn't hurt any more than when
John, is it a Logitech?
Yeah, it's Logitech.
Specifically for Apple?
No. It's just Logitech.
Okay.
You got to show confidence in your play, man. Come on now.
I understand that, but I don't want to think that.
You guys are supposed to be football connoisseurs, man.
I love football. I suck at fantasy, but I don't want to think that hard when I have to deal with fantasy. If my performance the last 3 years have taught you anything, Elliot, I suck.
No.
I'm not as good as I used to be.
You're inactive. That's your problem. Inactivity will never win you.
No, that was Brian last year. He was the one who was inactive.
Because you know who wins? The one who trades and uses the waiver wire best.
And is obsessive.
Agree. I totally agree. And the problem with a lot of fantasy leagues is people stash on benches and don't trade.
Right.
And that's the problem. And then they usually end up never winning the league.
Okay, so basically what that does now is it puts us back to, we got 6, 9, 10, 11 starters.
Okay. And 5 on the bench.
And 5 on the bench, so we're back to 16 rounds.
16 rounds. I'm good with that. John, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Bob?
Dude, I love this keyboard. Oh, my gosh. Feel this.
I was going to make a suggestion that we all draft the first 13 rounds, all the offensive positions, and then the entire league goes on auto
draft for the defensive.
For the IDPs in the last 3 rounds.
I'm okay with that.
No.
Wow.
Hell no.
Bob.
Hell no. No, I'm with Bob.
Hell no. If we're going to do this,
Yeah,
if
we're gonna do it, we might as well do it and just be responsible for our own picks.
You know what? I'm just trying to make it easier for you.
Yeah, but we need to be responsible for our own teams. We can't leave it up to a computer.
I'm with Bob.
Hell no. Because if I'm going to start drafting.
Hey, man, I was only thinking about sending you to bed early, Bob. Stop being so ungrateful.
Don't you dare.
I'm trying to fix it so you can go to bed early, fool.
Oh, stop it.
You aren't looking out for me. I'm going to start drafting.
The draft will be done in an hour under that format. You hear that? The draft will be done in an hour under that format, yo.
Just curious, who's the defending champion?
That'd be Elliot.
Oh, okay.
Three times. I'm going for the 4th.
Oh.
3-time. Yeah, he's won it 300 years in a row.
Okay. I had an excuse last year. My life was crumbling. So
whatever.
What
was your excuse the year before?
Yeah, Bob had a little bit of an excuse too. I mean,
Bob had a big excuse last year. His life was crumbling
I still
more than
made
John's.
the playoffs.
Yeah, Bob's life was crumbling more than John's was, and he still made the playoffs last year.
How long has my life been crumbling because of health issues?
Oh, Elliot.
Bro, I didn't have anywhere to live.
And there were times I didn't want to live.
Elliot, John had nowhere to live, and somebody in Bob's family died. Give me a break. Don't tell me about your problems, okay?
I'd fight him.
My little sister passed away, so don't give me that shit, okay? Bob was in a really bad spot last year. As were we all.
I love this keyboard, though.
Yeah, we were all in a bad spot.
Brilliant.
I stay in a bad spot.
Some worse than others, I guess.
Kenny, I saw the rendering of the new baseball field you posted on Facebook the other day. It looks pretty cool with the roof.
Especially when I drive by it, it looks really nice.
I didn't realize that park was right next to Jerry World either. I didn't realize it was right next to Jerry
World.
More or less going to be between the old ballpark and AT&T Stadium. So,
yeah,
about halfway through. Yeah, it looks nice. I'm be interested to see it on opening day. But,
is it enough to make you a Rangers fan?
Nope. Next question.
Had to ask.
Let me tell you something funny last night. Last night, they inducted Josh Hamilton into the Rangers Hall of Fame.
Josh Hamilton
Josh Hamilton.
into the
The
Rangers.
crowd count at that time, they did it before the game. The crowd count, the ballpark was less than half full.
Oh Jesus! Isn't he the maker of Rain, who's now playing with the Atlanta Braves?
No, that's Donaldson, man.
No, Josh
Josh
Hamilton's
Hamilton. You
long.
don't remember Josh
Oh,
Hamilton?
Josh Donaldson. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is Josh Hamilton.
Okay.
Jumbo. He's the one that they traded to the Angels, or he signed with the Angels, and now they're both trying to pay him off.
Jesus.
He was, his legacy is going to be the home run derby at Yankee Stadium, but beyond that, it's pretty sad. He's another reason I'm not a Ranger fan. So
I was gonna say it's like putting A-Rod in. I'm sure A-Rod's already in the Hall of Fame there.
No, not yet.
They put him in before they put A-Rod in there. Are you kidding me?
No, A-Rod is not in there, and I'm not sure he's ever going to be in there.
Good Lord.
Let me give you some examples. They've got Michael Young in there.
Right. Nolan Ryan?
Nolan Ryan is in.
Yeah.
We think Beltre got in this year, I believe.
Mhm.
Or
Pujols didn't play for Texas. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. Those are the main ones. Wetland's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay. Wetland.
But that's about the biggest players.
They're just
right
putting
now.
guys in because they got nothing else to do. Is that what they're doing?
Pretty much, yes.
And the Rangers have what? One? Did the Rangers even have a World Series under their belt? Maybe one.
They played in two. They played back
in two?
to back. Yeah, they lost. They got creamed by the Giants in 2010 and lost 7 games to the Cardinals the next year.
Okay, so they haven't got a World Series ring or a championship.
Nope.
And other than that, the Rangers' legacy hasn't been that great.
Nope.
It's great.
So when you're reduced to having Josh Hamilton in your Hall of Fame,
You're doing something wrong if you're doing that.
Yeah, that speaks volume.
Wow.
Yeah. But they create nice ballparks, so I'll give them that.
Too funny.
Yeah.
You're enjoying that new keyboard there,
Dude,
John.
I just set it up. It's great. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It came with a mouse, but I don't need the mouse. I'm not having any problem with the mouse. So.
Well, you got a spare.
Oh, by the way, I also set up 2 injured reserve slots.
Oh God.
Mm.
So more bench people.
No, it's not bench. It's injured reserve.
No, I know, but you can
drop
stash
somebody.
them.
You can drop
It's not
somebody.
part of the. They're not part of the roster.
Yeah, you can
But
drop
you
on IR and pick somebody up off waivers without having to replace it.
So if you get a guy that gets injured,
One.
but he's
Why do we need 2? Why don't you just have 1 IR? Why do you need 2? Because you guys want to stash your benches.
one for offense, one for you don't.
Oh.
It doesn't add to the bench, dude.
But,
Aren't you listening?
but you could, but an IR guy, you can take a
I
healthy
gave you
IR
2
guy,
ears and 1 mouth. Okay. Why did he give you 2 ears? For you to listen.
dude.
The 2 reserve spots do not increase the amount of players on the roster. They are for if you have a player that gets injured, but he'll be back later in the season, and it's a key player, you can stash him over there in that injured reserve spot.
But why 2? Why not just
When
1?
you bring him back up, you have to get rid of one of the active players. On the roster.
Why not just 1? I have no problem with an IR spot, but why do you need 2?
You're so critical.
It's not critical. It's just it's we've gone from like a 12-round draft now to 17-round draft.
No, 16-round draft, and the IR spot is not the IR spots are not part of the draft, John.
You don't understand fantasy football then, because the way that the IR spot is just an extra stash. It's an extra way to keep guys that you don't want to leave out and put on the waivers. You put them in the IR spot.
Yeah,
And
but
then
they have to be classified as IR. You can't just dump
Absolutely.
somebody
Right.
on there.
but you don't need to put him out into the waivers. You keep him safe.
Right. You might
So
have
now
a
you have
defensive.
two guys.
You might have a defensive player you want to do that with. Hello.
I guarantee you I won't.
John, just let him. Just let him. Just let him.
Do the one. That's fine.
Just let him
Injured
go.
reserve does not add to the roster. It's not a stash spot.
just-
It's a stash spot for injured players that
But
will
sure, if they're
will play
injured.
this season.
Yeah, John.
If it's an injured player that is gone for the season, then you drop him to the waiver
Yeah,
wire.
John.
But
just
if
let him
he's
go.
if he's not injured, that's what dudes do, and they
Just-
do that to sneak around the extra spot.
Well, you know what? You can't put him on IR unless he's on IR, labeled IR.
Exactly.
Okay, but can you do
Right.
that?
He has to be classified IR by the NFL
Right.
in order for him to be able to go on
Fine,
that spot.
fine.
Okay.
That's
There you
fine.
Okay.
That's fine. But not a healthy guy. Just so
No,
you,
you
don't have
can't put a
him
healthy
out.
guy on IR. No, you can't.
Stash just anybody on IR. Come
Oh,
on now.
well, that's what these scumbags in my other league did.
No.
That's what they did.
He's
Stashed
questionable.
these
I'm
healthy
putting him
dudes.
on IR this week.
Injured reserve is for players who get injured, who may be able to play again later in the season.
Right, but it has to be classified by the NFL as injured. They are on
As
IR.
injured reserve.
Right.
Right. It'll show. Once it says IR next to his name,
You're good.
and
Okay.
you know the classification of the IR, then you
Cool.
make your decision.
As long as you're not stashing healthy guys on there, because that's what these scumbags in my league did. And
No.
they're notorious. They
Oh,
want to have 10
well,
team benches. 10 player benches. That's what they would do if they could. No one wants to trade. No one wants to go on waivers. They just want to stash everybody on the team. Never play a guy. There was teams that never played dudes. They just stash them and they wouldn't even play them.
But if you
Just so
got
other
to
guys
keep,
can get
hoarding.
if you got your big stud, okay, and he gets injured week 2, he'll be back in week 10. You really gonna throw him onto the fucking waiver wire?
No.
No. It's a good point. I'm just saying, as long as their IR is IR and it's not IR.
It is IR. There's no other. You know what? If you look at the lineup thing, IR is separated from the actual
Right.
lineup.
Yeah, you can't put a guy on IR unless he's labeled
And
on the
it
NFL
doesn't
who's on
pop
IR.
up. It
Right.
doesn't pop up until there's a person injured. So
Gotcha.
it has nothing to do with the head count.
Oh, aren't I? I'm just a demanding SOB, aren't I?
You are. But you know what? I'd rather have that than somebody come to me at the end of the season. Hey, man, like Blair. Hello.
You want to get this BS out of the way before
You
the
got to
season.
talk to that guy at the front. Like, I'm going to have to explain to him what's going on because he'll pull some, I don't want IDP. Like, he'll do that.
You know what? He didn't complain the whole time
Yeah.
until he started losing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, when he started losing, that's when he started complaining.
Yeah.
About
Well,
this, that, or the
You'd
other.
understand if you met him. You'd understand if you met him. He's one of those guys. Great guy, but, geez, just don't get him talking. It hurts your head. Love him, man.
Yeah, I've got friends like that, or former friends.
I was so
Well-
worried because he drops F-bombs all the time, and I had him do a speech at my wedding, and I was just terrified. Like my wife's family, like all these church-going people, and like I'm sitting here going, "Oh my gosh, he's gonna just drop F-bombs and start like." No, he was actually good, man. It was
Good.
It was good. It was good.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, I gotta go. I gotta get to my
Hey,
food.
do a shout out. You guys, you see the? Thank God that there was the Dale Earnhardt Jr. went through a plane crash a couple days ago with him and his family.
That was
Really
was
scary
terrifying.
situation. It looks like their plane hit pretty hard, like 2 times on the time. They actually landed on a highway. There were no cars present. It was Dale Jr., his wife, and their 1-year-old child were on this plane, and it caught fire as it hit, and it was just a scary situation. Thank God he got out. Everybody got out. Nobody was hurt except for some bumps and scrapes and bruises. And it was but pretty scary. And he was scheduled to call the race at Bristol tonight, but he took his family home, and he didn't broadcast. So kudos out to Dale Jr. Glad he's okay. Glad the baby's okay. Glad the wife's okay. And that was a pretty rough situation.
NASCAR has a bad history of plane crashes. And,
Yes, from Davey Allison.
So they all got private jets or something?
Yeah, well, it was a charter flight, I think from North Carolina to Bristol, Tennessee.
Right.
And but Davey Allison got killed in a helicopter crash. He was flying the actual helicopter when he was killed.
Yep. Alan Kowicki was killed.
Yeah, Alan Kowicki was killed in a plane crash as well.
Bill France's son, Bill France Jr., or one of the France.
And one of the owners was in a plane crash but survived. I forget which one it was.
Yeah, that might have been Bill France Jr.
No, it was one of the owners, one of the race owners.
Team owners. Oh.
One of the team owners.
The little Hendrick.
No, not Hendrick. It was
No, there was the little one, the younger one,
okay.
the grandson or something.
Yeah.
He got killed in a plane crash too.
But there was one of the owners, the guy that wears it was a weird hat he wears all the time. Was in a crash in Daytona and survived.
Yeah. I know you're thinking of, I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name either off the top of my head. But he's a big time owner. But one of the most cherished owners in NASCAR. And I don't watch NASCAR anymore, Ken, because I don't like the stage racing. I can't stand it. They need to get rid of that shit.
I don't know I don't know why they introduced that.
I don't either. I hate it. I just hate it.
I haven't watched racing in a while.
I turn the 500 every year. I turn on the Daytona every year, but that's about all the racing I'll watch. I can't stand the stage racing anymore. I just can't do it. And NASCAR's just become it's a shell of what it used to be. Dale Senior's rolling over in his grave as far as how I'm concerned because of what NASCAR's become. It's a dying sport, and unless something happens drastically, it's going to go away. So.
Does this sound better by any chance?
You sound fine.
No, but does it sound better at all?
Not necessarily. It sounds as good as it did before.
Also, I'd like to also acknowledge the passing of Peter Fonda. Also,
yes, Peter Fonda passed away this week. It's correct. Yes, Easy Rider. His dad, of course, was Henry Fonda. His sister's Jane Fonda. And he passed away this week, 79 years old.
Yeah. I heard he was in pretty bad shape, but I had no idea it was this bad.
Yeah, me either.
Miss him.
Yes, Eric, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was in a plane crash this week. Either way, but yeah, I mean.
Okay.
What, Elliot?
Just a little clarification on the
Okay.
on the IR thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's add more confusion. Go ahead.
Wait a second. Let me reread this and make sure.
When is your draft?
September 1st, 2 weeks.
Okay, so according to NFL.com, the injured reserve, is only available to players classified by the NFL as IR or O for out. So if your player is injured that week, you can drop them to reserve and pick up somebody else to fill his spot if you need to.
Okay, that makes sense.
Clear?
You can't put an active player on IR. That's the bottom line.
Exactly. No, well, I'm just trying to bring John at ease about the whole situation because he thinks I'm using as a stash box.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
So yeah, it has to be classified that way, or else the reserve spot doesn't even show up if you don't. If the player's not classified as one of those two.
If there aren't any players that are eligible for IR on your roster, the IR spots will not show up.
Correct.
There you go.
The only way you can utilize the reserve slot is when a player has a classification required for acceptance to the injured reserve.
Okay. All right.
Which would be.
And again, that could be 1 week, that could be 8 weeks. It all depends on what you want to do.
It could just be out for the week. You never know.
But that's what I'm saying. But you can drop him for that week and bring somebody else in.
Correct. Without having to pull somebody from the waiver wire and then replace him with one
Because
of your
what happened? Yeah, what happens if after the first time they say, "Oh well, we figured out he's going to be out for the season."
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you want to have him there. So if they say something like that, you can just drop it.
Exactly. You okay, John?
Yeah.
Okay with that?
Yeah,
okay
yeah,
with
that's
that
fine.
IR
Yeah,
explanation?
I'm dealing with my
Injured reserve?
dealing with the freaking keyboard. The
The
volume
injured-
keys don't work.
The volume
Any other
keys don't work.
stuff?
Yeah.
I got to get up tomorrow and transfer the scoring.
All right. And again, John and Bob, we'll get together and we'll figure out how we can. I mean, like I said, I can send Elliot the money through my PayPal. We can figure out how we can get that taken care of. We'll get together for that. Okay. I'm not worried about it. All right. So.
You got a Bank of America in your area? I know you do. The Carolinas are notorious for Bank of
God.
America.
Oh yeah,
I'll
Charlotte.
give you my account number and you can deposit.
Carlos, BOA's headquarters.
There you go.
Bob,
Got it.
I give you my account number. You can put it in my bank account.
We'll get it
And then
figured out.
Heck,
Then
I
I'll transfer
don't
it
even
over to
know where
PayPal.
my bank is right now.
Huh?
Since I moved, I don't even know where my bank is right now.
Oh Lord. Are
Do
you
you have,
geographically challenged, Bob?
Do you have maps on your phone?
Yes, I have maps. I just haven't
Type in
checked.
Bank of America and it'll tell you the closest
Gonna
one,
say,
dude.
Elliot, he may not know how to access his maps on his phone. That's maybe the
I
problem.
know how
It's
to
called
access
Google
it.
search.
Google
Google
Maps.
search.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I gotta go. Wife is.
All
All
right,
right,
John.
John, be good.
All right, have a good one, John.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. It's almost 9 o'clock. Kenny, thank you for
Man,
coming
that's
on
our
again.
That's our
Thank
also time.
Yep,
Talk to you soon.
we did a full 2 hours this time. It's the first time we've done it in a while.
You know what?
Um,
That's just a sign that fantasy football is almost.
It's a sign that football season is here, is what it is, Elliot.
Who's here?
Okay. Anyway, Kenny, always good to have you on. You're more than welcome to stay if you want. We'll get you the link every week if you want to come up and talk to us again. Bob,
I'll
have
be
a
back.
good week. All right. Stay
All
out of
right,
trouble.
you too.
All right. Elliot, I'm
All right,
glad you're
Casey,
feeling better.
masterpiece.
I am so glad you are feeling better, my brother. All right. And
I'm glad too, and I hope it just lasts a little longer than 2 weeks.
right. On behalf of John
I
Olson,
better not get that sick when the draft rolls around.
better
dude.
not, dude. You better be.
I'll be on
healthy
auto
as a
pick,
fucking
trust
horse. You better be fucking healthy as a horse. I'm coming to Braden and kick your ass. Anyway, on behalf of my friends John G. Olson, Ken Koslow, Big E, Elliot Lamba, and Bob the Beer Man, I am the sports nerd, Scott Wright. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. And we'll be back next week at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We are the sports nerds, and we are out.